So hi guys.
Welcome back. And to
Yes.
start off, just as a note of reminder below the video, I'm trying to always now post all our YouTube channels. So if you want to check out our other channels, which we kind of do some different aspects,
Mhm.
right below our video, you can see all our channels. If I don't forget to put them.
Yeah.
The other question is, why is she so beautiful? There's no answer. She's just stunning all the time. I can't figure it out. She's just stunning.
I have this comment here. So we're going for today's video. We're going to read all the comments of um
Not all of it.
yeah, not all of them. The we just choose which more like just a warning. Yeah, for the foreigner and also for the Filipina.
Yeah, so we did a video on our other channel, Filipino Recorded Live, and we just talked about a commenter that talked about a heartbreaking experience he had. I honestly didn't think many people were going to be too interested, maybe just a few, like 'cause a lot of our videos only get around 200 to 300
Yes.
views.
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be one of those average videos, but it's going to, so I said, well, I guess it's a topic of interest. And now Mahal said, you know, why not? Since then, we've had a lot of comments on that video of personal stories from people.
So I will not mention the name. So this is the comment. I am dealing with this. I've been married 5 years. The day of the wedding, my father-in-law said, I need give 200 a week.
Is
Like
that
I don't know what
pesos or
is
two
what.
hundred
No,
dollars?
I guess this one is $200 a week.
Like dollars?
Yeah. Yes.
Eight hundred
$200.
US a month to the
Yes,
family.
exactly.
Oh my
And I
goodness!
said, I can't. The foreigner said, I can't. And the whole family didn't come to the wedding. Imagine that. And be mad and block my wife as a member of her family. Oh.
So they're asking for a continuous monthly dowry.
Yeah, exactly. For these parents, I guess the parents um, made their daughters as their investment. Yeah, as their source of income. I felt so sorry for the also for the daughters, because if you have this kind of parents, you cannot please them even if you keep supporting them. Yeah,
So is that
this is a
typical
business.
family or not? Or is that a
No,
rarity?
I don't know. Maybe just a typical family.
Because I'm after reading a lot of those comments. There seems to be a common thread of that the guys were saying. The Filipina was saying it's part of the deal.
Yeah.
Like you get
Mm-mm.
you get the Filipina, and part of the deal is you got to take care of the family. And that's what the Filipina was
Yes.
saying to the foreigner. So
Yeah.
what's your is that true? Do you think it's
Mm.
part of the deal or not? Or like, I don't
Oh,
know. That's
I
what they were
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, that's what well, I cannot comment on that. Yeah.
Why not? You're Filipino. Comment.
Because it's the Filipino who said it's part of the deal. I guess the Filipina is kind of more, what is that? Sigurista.
Crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And in this part, in this comment, at least his Filipina um, stood by him. Yeah, she doesn't care if even if she was blocked by her family member. Just like for example, there is one Filipina, and I don't remember, I think this one is during, or I think during pandemic, yeah. Because during pandemic, everybody is affected. The source of income, like everything. Like she's a Filipina and she married into a Canadian, and they're already in Canada. Yeah. And then after of more, I think more than 10 years of supporting her family, like as an OFW, and then she decided to cut the cord. Yes, like she blocked her parents, she blocked all her siblings, and even aunties and uncles who keep messaging her for financial help. So she cut everything, and she was bashed online terribly, like to the point that she received a death threat, something like that. That it's really terrible in her side. But you know what? I can understand her because she said she even put up a business in order for them to sustain their needs and not keep asking money for from her. But the family is just wasting the money. Yeah. And of course, during pandemic, she stopped working. and she has a children in Canada. And the cost of living in Canada is not like in the Philippines.
Not good.
Yeah.
It's
So
terrible,
that's
in
why
fact.
she stopped, because she received a lot of message, and if she cannot send money right away, they they curse her, like everything bad, like something like that. So she needs to stop. She decided to stop everything, and she said, "I don't care if they um, forget me. Yeah, I don't care if I don't, and she don't care about what people saying. She just cut them off, totally cut them off, because she wants rest from those hurtful words if she cannot if she cannot send money right away." Yeah.
It's really something. I mean,
It's all
it's a whole
not,
way of
yes,
thinking,
exactly.
which is really.
Like in here, sometimes here in the Philippines, like our culture is like, when, especially the eldest. I am the eldest, but my family is not like that. And if the eldest is like going up already in abroad, and then making good money, and she tried to help her family just to get out from poverty, like sending their siblings into college, and then um, try to support their parents, something like that. And um, the siblings in the Philippines, instead of study hard and like doing good in school, they just end up being pregnant. They just end up getting married, something like that. And after getting married, they are still keep asking money to the sister who work abroad, sister or brother who work abroad. Yeah, and until such time that the breadwinner is like tired of supporting, and she decided to stop working. That's the time that she can hear blah blah blah, and they think that she's already useless. Yeah, that's one of our culture, a sad part of being a Filipino. Yeah.
It's a different way of thinking. It's like,
Mm-mm.
I don't know. This.
Okay. So this Christmas and every Christmas, my wife shone from the family. They said, "Why not go be an OFW again? We was better off."
Oh, I think.
Anyway, there's another comment. So there is one sad comment. Um, I dated a Filipina over the internet for more than 2 years. The day we met, she never needed to ask because I always provided. Every week I would send, and we had never met in person. I honored and respected my side. Eventually, I made a way for her to be able to live in Australia. That's where we were to meet for the first time in person. A time later, after incredible sacrifice, she got permanent residence. She walked out with 14 days of that, with now our child and government support for housing and financial assistance. She took our son, who she was and still is destroying. Later, I flew to the Philippines for the first time. Looked out the window and thought, how many apartments did she buy? There was never any domestic violence, just her mindset. To sit up and thief. She explained to me that God got her there in Australia. Maybe she will get that chance to explain that to God. The only comment, the first comment that I say to him is like, she used God.
Yeah, that makes it a
Yeah.
whole lot worse, in my opinion. I mean,
Mm-mm.
you're thanking God for scamming someone.
Mm-mm.
Really? I don't think the two go together.
That's why I cannot blame some of the foreigners who say, "Oh, I will never bring my Filipina there and work. Maybe just bring them for vacation and back to the Philippines, not for work for many years, because once the my Filipina has wings to fly, it's gonna leave me." feel so sorry for this guy. Like, he was so in love, and then suddenly it's break him apart. Because he's a good provider. What you can ask for if the guy is a good provider? Because as a woman, we always want our partner to be a good provider.
That's where I get worried.
No, you're a good provider, Mahal.
So far.
It's
What
just that
happens after so far? That's the part where I get worried.
no, Mahal, because I know that we're struggling, and then I told him that since we're struggling, we can help each other. Yeah, we were trying to like separate temporarily, and then after that, find ways, something like that. That's our plan in the future. That's like, but I always assure him that I am not gonna unlove you.
Thanks.
Yeah. No. So why should I? I will love you only for riches, but not for poorer? No. No, mahal. Yeah. No, it's not.
See, I got a good one.
I always, like every night, I always assure him that I always love you for richer and for poorer. Like
For
before,
ugly or handsome. Till death do
like
you part.
just like before, my past relationship, even if we're struggling financially, I don't even think of leaving that person just because he was jobless. We can help each other. That's my prayer before. And this is the third comment.
It says, this is from Shark INK1. It says, you can read all these on our channel, by the way.
Mm-mm.
It's on our Filipina Recorded Live channel. And a lot of these guys were just telling their story. And I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so many stories of this. And that's another point. Someone else comments about, that foreigner is so stupid. What, he doesn't know this happens? I'm like, I know it happens, but I mean, I'm still
Yeah.
kind of shocked by it. Anyway, here's
Yeah.
another sad story in the comments of our last video there.
Mm-mm.
It says, it just happened to me. Terrible experience after I provided for her rent, sister's rent, and both of their tuitions. She attached me to her daughter. I was convinced that they were my family. So, making a good relationship, in other words, and she was encouraging it. I was convinced they were my family. I came up 3 winters, so he visited here 3 winters, and we had a joyous time together. This year, when I got here, I found her cheating with her boyfriend, and I was paying his rent too, apparently, he said. It's a long, gross story, he said. What do you say?
Oh, I feel so sorry.
It's like they're trying to grab to get something better all the time, maybe? Is that right?
Mm.
I don't really don't quite get it, really. But every now and again, on one of our videos, I say, this is kind of my recipe, how I found someone so wonderful. I said, we met online, which gave us a lot of time to talk and establish, which is all true. And we joked around, had a good rapport, which is all true. We liked each other's humor, which is true. I said on my profile, I tried to put the core of exactly like kind of who I was, my heart, and who I was looking for, like very, very exactly. So kind of eliminate a lot of people. Even mentioned that I have no money. If you want someone who got money, go to the next profile, things like that. And I said I attribute a lot of this, and I said, of course, I said at the center, God should be the center. And I attribute all this for making a wonderful decision to find Mahal. But I was telling her the other night, we're sitting on this roof deck. It was in the middle of the night here. We're just enjoying the breeze and overlooking the city and the lights of the city. And I said, even though I say all those things, which are true, and I do believe it all, I'm still thinking it was just a pure miracle of God that I found someone so wonderful, because, she is the epitome of a perfect Filipina. She really has just, I don't know, I'm speechless. I really am speechless. So even though I say all those things, which are true, I think the real answer why I got someone so good is just the mercy and grace of God allowed me to meet someone so wonderful, because I don't know, man. She's not at all like these other commenters talk about here, Filipinas.
I have a friend, and she's an OFW for more than 10 years. She's really a friend of mine because she's my student teacher when I was in elementary, and up to this time we still connected to each other. And if sometimes when I go home, we still see each other. And you know what, guys, is like this. She's a married, but she's already separated for, I don't know, maybe more than 5 years. They have a daughter, and um, like when she's an OFW, she built a house in their family land, and she said she's going to build a house, and that house for like to like what is that, and the house that she built is their parents. They have so many siblings, like I guess maybe 7 or 6. Yeah. And like when she's already separated by her husband, she tried to like all her belonging, of course she sent it to their house, because in her mind it's her house.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she's the one who built their house.
of course.
And of course, who will stay in the house? Of course, it's her parents. And anyway, her ex-husband moved into different municipality. So they don't, uh, even if they are neighbors before, this time they are not, um, because of the separation. Yeah, and now she's really frustrated because her parents said, "This is not your house. You're the one who built, but this is my land."
Wow.
Yes. And the siblings too. This is a common house. Even if it's your money, it's the common house. Yeah. This is our family property.
So this is something I've not really heard you mention, at least not on the videos we make. You're saying a common house. So what do Filipinos think? You're saying this word, this
Common
term,
house?
common house. Like what is
It's
that?
owned by everybody.
And everybody kind of thinks that here?
Yes. Like
There's a
everybody
common
can live
house.
there. Yes, it's common house. Owned by everybody. Parents, siblings. Yeah.
I've not really heard you mention too much about that. Maybe just in passing before, but certainly not on video. So, like, does pretty much every Philippine family think of having land with a common house or something? Like, how do you explain that?
Like if that land is was owned by your parents, and you built a house there, and your parents is still alive, it's a common house. It's with it, even you have a portion on that, but that is not your entire property. You only have a single percentage of rights.
So, because the parents were living there, they said that
Yes.
was the common house.
Yes, it's a common house.
Wow, how do you
Yes.
debate that thing? That's a real
It's a
mess.
common house,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's a real mess of a
Yeah.
situation.
If you really want,
With that
if
thinking.
you really want to have your own house, get a property and name under your name and build a house there.
This is a really good point.
Yeah.
My goodness, this whole idea of the common house because it's the parent. Yeah, so if a foreigner is willing to build like a home for the parents kind of thing, it's going to be automatically considered the common house, right?
If you have a Filipino and the parents don't have house and you want to build a house, just make sure and make it clear for them that that house is for temporary. There is also a laws here that once you are a tenant and you stay there for many years, you cannot let them kick out immediately. You need to relocate them and find a good place for them. You need to have agreement and sealed with a lawyer.
Yeah, that's probably the best advice.
Mm-mm.
With all of these thoughts and all of these hardships, that's probably
Yes.
the best advice right there.
So this is our wrap up question.
Comment.
Yeah, wrap up comment. When I do get to the Philippines, if I decided to stay there and if I decided to have a relationship, I'm not giving anybody anything. You become more stingy.
You're going to see a lot of thumbs up on that one. Not giving anybody anything. Not come.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
God bless everyone.
God bless you.